What's up guys, welcome back to another MX Bikes video. Today you are going to get just some raw hot lapping attempts. Now since Beta 17 came along, the world records for most tracks have essentially just gone out the window with the traction made more difficult. Now I just want to see how close really I can get, because I had the world record on Forest multiple times over the last year or so. My very best lap ever is a 1 minute flat .951. However, the current world record is set by Hurls with a 1 minute flat .8, so just a tenth quicker. However, what I want to do in this video is not beat it, because I very highly doubt it's going to get beaten anytime soon with this traction that we've got. What I'm going to do is just spend the next 10 minutes or so of just riding around, just completely raw. You'll see me going back to the pits, resetting the track, getting fresh tyres over and over again. I know some people quite like that raw style, some of you prefer it edited down, but what I'm going to do is just at the end of that 10 minutes I'm just going to see how close I got, whether that's a 1 minute 5, a 1 minute 3, a 1 minute 1. We'll see where I end up, just to really compare what the that time's going to be like now with the traction. Thankfully, Forest is not a sand track, so we won't be sapped too much, just a little bit. And what I'm going to take the scumbag line. I didn't take it that lap. However, there is a lap that a line, sorry, that we'll take now for the world records, which is to stay super low over that massive triple. And I'll take it next time round, just so you can see what it is, just to keep it kind of true to what we would have been doing if we was going for world record laps. And I think it's just quite nice, just get this first lap in the books, see where it is, take it as like the banker lap like I do on the sim videos, just get a lap time down at the start of things. And of course we're always going to send the finish line, because it gains you that extra like tenth or so. So we're starting off with a 104.5, which is not terrible by any means. That'll get you top of most public lobbies. What I've done is I've set my marker, so now every time I spawn here, if you don't know how to set your marker, hold down your reset button. For me it's just on my controller, and it says track marker set at the bottom, and then if you just tap it once, you'll spawn back here every time, as many times as you like. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to keep riding until my recording says 11 minutes at the bottom, because I mean it took me like a minute's worth of intro, and we're just going to see what we end up with. I've put probably a good 3, maybe 400 laps into this track overall now at this point, so I was about to say I know my way around it. I knew my way around it. Obviously my braking points and my acceleration points, how much I can lean over and stuff, that's all going to be different now with this new traction, especially with the 450s. The 450s, I feel like they've been impacted the most with this traction, with how slippery they are. And I'll show you this line here now. So you can actually take off on the left side of this blue bit and stay super low, and oddly enough, if you tap the fence ever so slightly with your back wheel, if you kind of whip into it, it gives you like a weird speed boost forwards. And you can see my time at the top left, I was down going into that jump, and now I'm up by 0.4. So very odd thing that I'm pretty sure I discovered that. It was proper scumbaggy move, because it is technically cutting, but now I suppose if everyone's doing it, then it's not that much of an issue, and I suppose that's all a thing of the past now, where we can't really compete anymore. That cost me a lot of time over the finish line then. I didn't mean to slide out there. So just going off of those first 2 laps, I'm at a 104.1. I feel like if you ran a really good lap on this beta, you could probably get into the 102s, maybe like mid to low 102s. But we're definitely not getting back down into the 1 minutes again, unless you do something stupid like run the supermoto tyres, for example, and have that like really OP traction everywhere. Oh, because I know I saw a video pop up on YouTube at one point, which was literally new Forest world record, where you at, Linz, and he was riding the supermoto bike. And I was like, doesn't really count, doesn't work like that. But no, fair play, and I was quite confident that my record back then of the 1 minute flat .9 was going to stand a fair amount of time, and then Hells kind of came out of the blue out of nowhere and started beating a whole bunch of world records. And it's more frustrating that it was by a tenth. It's like, could you not just blow me out of the water, please, rather than just barely beat me? And now it's one of the things that I doubt we'll ever get back again. Maybe in the future, like future updates, we'll get faster again, but it's not going to be happening anytime soon. You can see, oh look, it stayed so much lower there. So I'm for a 103 right now. We're a 0.2 up on my current lap time. Please stop sliding out, thank you. Very hard to try and go as fast as you want. And I keep over jumping this, so I don't get a good turn in here. That was a nice turn. That was good traction coming out of that corner. Very difficult corner there, because you want to be going as fast as you can, and at the same time you don't want to slide out. Oh, the front end's all over the place. Very gentle on the throttle here, and back again. So easy to slide out on these flat corners. We're 0.7 up this time though, so we'll send that. What was that? That was a whole second quicker. So we're already at a 103.1. So oh, maybe you can get into like the 101s or something if you're really trying. I quite like when I hop on this track now, whether it's in a public server or by myself. It feels so nice and easy just to get up to speed again because of how long I've spent on it. The muscle memories are very strong in this one, and I've hopped on this to play literally straight off the back of playing or recording an MX Sim video. I recorded Anaheim 3. If you don't watch my sim videos, then definitely check them out. They're very entertaining watching me absolutely eat shit over and over again. But yeah, that's why I'm quite surprised that the muscle memories instantly come back, and I'm not kind of struggling with the turning and things like that. And I am finding the switch between sim and bikes to get easier every time now, and I can't explain why. It's, oh god, my front end hit that blue tyre then. Those blue tyres do have collisions, so if you do hit it, be prepared for a world of hurt. And oh, that right there is something that probably wouldn't have happened in Beta 16 with the traction. That back end coming around there, you could really be aggressive into that corner. Oh, I've jumped too far left. I think so. All the lines, they still apply, and I'm pretty sure I've got a video on the channel somewhere which is like forest fast lines explained, and I take all of the same ones in this video. And I always get comments on the world records, so I usually go inside here, and everyone's saying, why don't you just go outside and go triple? And it's not actually faster. If you hit that inside fast and you scrub this double and this double well, it is faster than going outside and tripling up. So yeah, just a little bit of news, well, not news, but a little bit of info for you there, which you might not know about if you're kind of trying to bust your arse each lap, trying to get up and over that triple. It's not really worth it. I know I'm down a lot. I've been kind of explaining things as I go, but it's nice to just get more laps under your belt. The worst thing you can do is when you go into time trial, just, like if you're actively going for a really good lap, the worst thing you can do is keep resetting like over and over again before even getting halfway around the track from crashing, because then when you do finally get that really good lap on the go, you get to the second half of the track and you don't know what to do. Your thumb's like, oh, this is new, what do I do here? And I've had it plenty of times on like sim back in the day. I used to constantly just sit in time trial and grind out the hot laps, and sometimes it was okay, other times it would actually do me more harm than good, especially when it would come to racing. Definitely wasn't the most consistent back then. I've definitely, nowadays it's something that I strive for. I know I'm not the fastest on the track at all times, but I like to think I'm one of the most consistent in terms of making my own mistakes. That is, in Supercross, for example, you really can't help if someone goes down in like the whoops, for example, and you get into their bike. There's only so much you can do, but mistakes off my own back, I feel like I'm pretty good. I'm pretty up there in terms of consistency. Only person that might be a bit more, well, just names off the top of my head, are people like Dad Shoes, who's obviously had a title. You've got Aiden, you've got Rubes, you've got Jack. They're all very consistent riders that don't always necessarily have the fastest lap, but do consistently consistently good laps. And that's kind of what I want to strive for in this game, especially with this new update now with the traction and such. I'm really trying to put an effort into being smooth on my throttle control. Obviously that's not going too well here because I'm trying to go as fast as possible, but we'll keep going. I notice how I don't go back to the pits every single time. Reason being is less fuel you have on this game, the faster you go, and even if it makes a minute difference, it still does make a difference. You see, I've only got 0.3 litres on the side there, and there you go. That's the point where I call it and go back to the pits. So return to pit, reset track, fresh tyres, even though I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I put fresh tyres on every time, because I've literally got the setting in the simulation menu of it automatically puts fresh tyres on my bike, and I don't know if it's just like muscle memory at this point. It's just a routine. Maybe it's more what's the word? Placebo. Sorry, that's the right word. More placebo than anything. Makes you feel like you've got fresh tyres on rather than not doing anything. Oh, that's not quick at all. Yeah, I didn't feel like I was pushing very hard there, and it still came out from underneath me. So currently we're 2.2. Is it 2.2? That's what yeah, we're 2.2 seconds off of what used to be my best time, and I feel like I can get into the 102s. Definitely, like that's a fact. If I was to sit here long enough and kind of play for like 100 laps like I used to get those quote unquote god laps that I like to call them. But so we're not a million miles off, but it's definitely adds a whole different challenge. And I feel like at some point we're going to have to start, not segregating, that's not the right word, like categorizing world records as like post and like pre and post Beta 16 or Beta 17, sorry, because there's like tracks like Longwall, for example. The world record on Longwall used to be so highly contested between like Jack, Reese and Chicken, and now there is no chance of that ever getting beaten again. Obviously on Forest someone might be able to do it, like if you're an absolute god you might be able to come along and find that time, but where Lommel, for example, where it's a sand track, it's literally 20 seconds slower, and it doesn't matter how good you are at the game, unless you're cheating, you are not getting that back. So we are, oh god. Okay, yeah, I hate when I hate when the front end just completely disappears. I think I was up ever so slightly there as well. I mean, I know it was very, very minuscule, like 0.0 something, but we was up. So there's still more time in it. And what I'll do after I crash next time is we'll go back to the pits and I'll see what my ideal is, because I don't know if it's a good or bad thing about this game, but having that ideal lap time there is, even if you run a really, really good lap and you go back to the pits and you see that not every single sector was green and there is still more time to gain, it's kind of like you want to carry on pushing more because you know there's more. So yeah, exactly like that. So I've got a 103.1 currently, but I know that I can get a 102.9, so there's more time there. And as I said at the start, like we definitely can get into the 102s, so I feel like that was a fairly good prediction. It's just a case of trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together and then get into that point. We'll see if we can do it this time around. I really should have reset the track. Again, the track reset, whilst, I mean, when there's like 2-3 lines, it really makes no difference at all to your lap. But again, it's more of a placebo thing for me. You used to be able to hit this corner so fast, but it's so much slipperier now. That's it. Stay low here, jump to the left a little bit. We're up by 0.2. That could be literally that 0.2 that I'm missing out on. Be very gentle on the throttle. Come over to the left. Oh, I've ruined it. Yeah, I did not downside that well at all. You can see I lost 0.2 in the air right there, just from not taking that low line. Jesus Christ. Check up a little bit. Stay away from that banner. Thank you. God, my back end was sliding the whole way up that hill. It's so sketchy. I doubt we're probably going to beat this. I can't remember how well I hit these last few turns, but try my normal line. I like coming out wide here and cutting down, because then it opens up this corner a bit more for you. Yeah, I lost a little bit of time there, but it's very, very close again. It's like a 103.19 that was, so we're getting very consistent fast laps. It's just a case of putting it all together, not making that mistake. That mistake, landing too far left before the big uphill triple, was what ruined that lap. It lost me 0.2, and then I was trying to push to get that time back for the rest of the lap. So now we're 0.2 down rather than 0.2 up. So that first, like this just to the left of me here, where you've got that like kind of jump up 180 and then you drop back down. That is such a huge part of the lap if you can get that right. So we're going to take the scumbag line again. Oh, get over it. Yeah, we're fine. We're actually up a tiny bit, although I feel like I've jumped too far here. It wasn't terrible. Be a bit more gentle on the throttle, try and straight line it a bit more so I don't slide out. And oh, there we go. That's ruined it. We'll take the left side. Screw it. I never take the left side here for good reason. It's definitely it is definitely slower. You end up in the air for too long. Yeah. Oh, I've just realised that I've already look. It shows how quickly time goes when you're really grinding out laps. I've already hit that point I was on about. I'll give it another 5 minutes to see how it goes. I mean, it's quite easy for me. This type of video, I've not got to put any effort into editing it whatsoever. It's just going to be purely raw. I'll chuck the outro in there at the end just to make it look a little bit more professional. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. So I've got no issue trying to do these. I might do a similar thing on club as well, because I used to have the club record. Again, another one that Hurl's beat by like a 10th, which is incredibly frustrating. Let's go reset track is what I mean to do. And oh god, okay, so the idea was now a 102.5, so there's literally 0.6 in it to gain, which is even more frustrating because I can't put a lap together. But it goes to show what's possible. And I don't know, I feel like it's nice for people to watch the whole process that you go through when you're trying to run these lap times, because they only see the end result. They don't see kind of what goes into it in the first place. And obviously I can't speak for everyone else. I don't know how long everyone else usually takes to get their good laps. I know it usually takes me quite a fair while, because by no means do I consider myself a hot lap hero, not on this game at least. So it used to be my kind of thing on sim. I used to always be trying to get top of quali, and back when qualifying would last like a week before the race rather than like an hour or so, whatever they do nowadays. I'd just be sitting there all week after school every single day for a couple of hours, just grinding lap after lap after lap to just wait for all the pieces to come together and get that one perfect lap time in the end. So it's always been in me. I suppose it's a competitive thing. Nowadays, I don't really like how people now go as far as, well, I'm not sure if you can do it anymore with Beta17, but Beta16, like, people were changing their, like, tyre values to get more traction and things like that, and thank God it only works in testing rather than online. If as soon as someone finds a way of getting it working online, I'll probably quit the game, because you can't really trust anyone at that point, and it's just not going to be fun. But in testing, and then people posting their kind of cheated lap times in Discord and stuff, and it's just like it gets into a weird dick measuring contest that I just don't really want to be a part of. So I kind of, oh god, that was very close. I mean, this isn't going to be a better lap by any means, unless I hit the best last sector of my life. Probably not. We're coming into this wide. Didn't slide out there, which is good. Gained a little bit of time. We'll see what we can do. I'm going to try and hug the inside after this, because I haven't done it at all yet. And usually I avoid it, because I feel like it makes me slower. So it's faster in, and yeah, it looks slower on the exit, because you don't carry as much speed or open up the corners. Let's just try and get another lap going straight again after it. See how this one goes. Oh, sliding. You used to be able to literally hold it pinned the whole way around there, and it would really not give you much trouble at all. So it goes to show how much more difficult the Beta17 traction has made it. Oh, that was nice. I felt like I was right on the edge of losing the front end there. We're up slightly, coming into this a bit tighter than I would have liked. Just going to make this corner very slow. It was not ideal, that at all. Let's come over to the scumbag line. See, we're getting built up a little bit. Here we go. Oh no. Oh god, front end. God damn it. That was a good run there. I think I was point two up. I was on the edge of that 102. Let's reset. Go. I've got another like couple of minutes here. We'll keep it going. If you've made it to this point in the video, fair play to you, because I imagine some people this is very boring, but some people it's probably quite interesting as well. But if you have made it this far, leave a comment down below. What is your fastest lap on Forest overall? And I only want OEM bikes like MX-1, MX-2, or MX-3 if you want to ride the 500 as well. I don't really like counting the supermotors and things like that, just because, as I say, the traction's really kind of overpowered, and which is very counterintuitive. I know it should be much more slipperier on a ball tyre, but for some reason it grips better. Let's get over here. Oh my lord. And let me know as well if you've kind of learned anything from this video as far as lines go. I guarantee most of you probably didn't know about hitting that jump on the far left there. I'll probably go into public lobbies now and see everybody doing it, and I've just created an army of cheaters. So I do apologise for probably ruining that for you guys, but if you can't beat them, join them. And if everyone's doing it, it's really not the end of the world. Annoying again, yeah, I gained 0.3 in that middle sector. Oh, I might have been able to beat it then, just slid out at the end. But yeah, I lost 0.3 in the very first one. So it's all about linking all the pieces, as I've said, and getting oh, we're sliding out already. And getting good sectors, all three sectors, get them good in one lap. You see that I'm trying to concentrate at the same time, I keep stuttering. But tell you what, I'll try and hit the outside for the boys, for the fans. And if you jump on the left-hand side here, it actually makes it a whole lot easier if you didn't know that, if you're struggling to get over it. Yeah, once you exit that corner, try and hit it on the left-hand side. You'll make your life a hell of a lot easier. I didn't lose a whole lot of time there. It wasn't too bad at all. Oh, I've jumped so far. I didn't mean to jump that far whatsoever. Scrub that a bit. I mean, we're half a second down. There's no way we're going to gain this back, but I will finish off the lap, and I'm actually happy enough to end it there. I'm almost within 2 seconds. It's very close, and I know that if I was to sit here for another half hour or so, I'd get into that 102 mark, and I'm pretty sure I wouldn't want to push it much further than that. By all means, try and see where you get now in comparison to your old times. I'd love to know what times you've got pre-Beta17, what times you've got post-Beta17, but that'll do it for me. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly different sort of video. If you have done, please do drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and have a lovely rest of the day wherever it is that you're up to, and until catch you guys in the next video, peace.
My tent way too damn dark, laugh in your face like man dark. Came a long way from the bad days way back, had to burn down that landmark. Seen some things I ain't really want to see, it's all good, that's what made me me. Now who would I be if I had it easy? Used to break down, now I'm in a 350, like whoa. I've been laying way too low, had to switch up and change my flow, cause I'm back from the block, had to bust some rocks and dust off the dust to get back in the box. Now why you wanna